Hello and welcome back to the Chatty Ramble. I am, as always, your hostess or mouthpiece or whatever you want to call me, Caroline, the original Dragon Lady. And my guest in today's podcast is Casca Graham, who has had quite a journey, and you can find her on other podcasts and through her own socials and stuff. So Casca, welcome. Thank you for joining me on the Chatty Ramble. So a new book. Is that right? Is that what you did say? You've got a new book coming out, didn't you?
Yeah. And just before we get into it, I just want to say thank you so much for having me on your show. It's wonderful to be, sitting here with you. And yeah, thank you. Yes, Caroline. So I, not too long ago, I published my first book, which was called Dragon Reiki: A Journey of Transformation and Unveiling. And the plan really was to take my time as my journeys moved into the Akashic records. It was to take my time and publish and to write another book about the journey of the dragons and how they support the Akashic records and my work. And then before I knew it, just the book just poured out. It came out very, very powerfully and very quickly. And I'm in the process now of getting it published. It's kind of ready to go. It's going to be a hard cover. But I'm just having a few issues. I am self-publishing, so I'm having a few issues getting it uploaded. But everything's ready to go, and it's really exciting. It was meant to come out in about the first or second week of December, but it's more than likely going to be out within the next 2 weeks if I get this formatting right, which is just driving me mad. But it's really exciting. And I think as well, to have both books published in the year of the dragon has been quite powerful for me because I've waited my whole life to write books. And people have always gone, when's the book coming, Cass? When's the book coming, Cass? And now I've like banged out 2 books in a year. So
Well done.
the dragons have definitely been pushing that forward in a big way. So yeah, it's been amazing.
Excellent. So apart from getting 2 books out this year, what else have you been up to?
Well, I my journey with the dragons, and I'm sure you'll be able to understand what I'm about to say. It gets stronger and stronger every single day. And the dragons first came forward to me when I was in Europe, when I was traveling around. They came forward in Milan. At that time, I was not very connected to the dragons at all. I was doing a lot of angelic work. And I had just kind of, started to, there was talk about me traveling internationally to go and teach. And the dragons came through and boom, everything just opened up. And it wasn't, they came through, revealed themselves in Milan. And then the next really big revealing was when I was teaching in Iceland. And the veil in Iceland is so thin. And these dragons just came in. And a beautiful soul sister of mine, Alma, who lives in Iceland, I call her my Viking sister. She has got a good connection to the dragon realm as well, and so she started really kind of giving me information and supporting me and opening up to them. And then once I'd kind of got there, it all just started to flow. The dragons worked with me to create my own intricate version of Dragon Reiki. And that has been an amazing journey. It's been an absolutely incredible journey. I have created the master program as well, which brings in other energies of working with Gaia, the ancestors, high level dragon guides as well. It's been such a beautiful journey. We've got a community of Dragon Reiki practitioners all over the world now, and a few powerful masters who are now teaching. And I've also just started the International Dragon Reiki Association as well, which is a really big thing for our community. It really is. So that's in the pipeline now. It's actually, I shared information publicly on that today for the first time. So it's a really, really big thing, especially to be founded in the year of the dragon as well. It's really, really special. Um,
Excellent. So
yeah.
your International Reiki Dragon Foundation,
Yeah.
whatever you just called it.
International
Sorry.
Dragon Reiki Association. Yeah.
So is that for people that have just done your training, or is that for anybody that's done Dragon
No,
Reiki?
it's actually my training. It's the lineage of myself, and the reason why is because I worked so closely with the dragons to get the intricate version of this done, and so I would like that the formality of that to kind of be passed down, and you know, it's not to, you know, it's not to kind of shun anybody that's done other training, because a huge, you know, it's very commendable whatever you know, other people's pathways are, but for me this is the lineage of myself, and so I'd like, you know, I want to keep it fairly tight. You know, I always say to everybody that's done the training, you already know this work, you're just being reawakened to how we can work with these energies. These are the tools, make it your own and be authentic in your own right. But the structure of it, because we're accredited by the IPHM as well, so the structure needs to be, there needs to have some kind of a formality behind it, and having the accreditation, just, you know, some other modalities don't have the accreditation, and you know what it's like in the UK, you need to have that. And the IPHM is international as well, so it covers, you know, everybody that, you know, that's come in, so it's very special, very powerful, and very sacred.
Excellent. Yeah, because I use the IPHM for my tarot. Actually, my tarot course is accredited.
Amazing, and they're just they're so good, they're so good, and and it's nice and tight, you know, it's nice and tight. So you know, they the IPHM are accredited for all of my courses, because I have my own academy, which is the Casca Graham Healing Academy, and then under that, you know, we've got the Dragon Reiki, the Dragon Unicorn Reiki Masters, because we bring in the unicorn energy, and then this year, I launched the Akashic Record and Dragon Medicine Practitioner's Certificate, which is a huge course. And we had the first teaching. We finished on Friday, last Friday. So that is a beautiful, beautiful course, because it teaches how to access the Akashic records in lots of different ways, how to work with your Akashic Dragon guide, but then it also brings in working with the chakra dragons, um, and what I've found so interesting as well is that as I've started to bring in these new energies as well, the dragons started to reveal to me the fractal energy. And so I've found that understanding how the dragons work energetically has really enabled me to share dragon energy with people that are not familiar with this kind of work, and in a scientific term. And the dragons started to show me that the way that they work is like a fractal energy. So when they, you know, when they go in and they bring in that transformative energy, it's like fractals. And they were showing me that, you know, when you go in, whether it's a chakra or whether it's an energy block or an attachment, whatever it is, they actually come in with those fractals, and the fractals go in and then start to work and grow and transform and transmute. And it's really, really, really beautiful. So we bring in that energy into this training as well. And that's just kind of like it's opened me up even further, understanding the, you know, how this beautiful transformative energy works. And the really crazy thing is, when I started first connecting to the dragons, that's how I was actually seeing them. When they were coming close, I was seeing it almost as fractals, but I didn't realize how like transformative, and how that the kind of the quantum side, you know, works. And it's I'm still learning. I've been doing a lot of breath work as well, so working with that energy and doing the breath work. And I did this year, I worked at a festival. I delivered a workshop at a festival, which was the chakra clearing with breath work and the chakra dragons. And I did it face to face, and that was incredible. Like, we were in this tent, and everybody was lying around in a circle, and we started to obviously do the breath work, which is so, it's just so powerful. But then start to call in the dragons with their fractals as well, bringing those right in to the chakras, and the release, it was just like, yeah, it was just so powerful. And then I did one online about 4 weeks ago, and again, that was just, I wasn't sure how it was going to be online, but we know, there's no time or space. As long as people are kind of in their space doing the work, you can be anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm, at the moment now, I'm just really starting to understand the power of working with this quantum, the quantum side of the energy, as well as working with the breath. And yeah, it's beautiful. And from December onwards, I'm actually doing a face-to-face day retreat. I found this amazing place right in a place where we've got some redwood trees. It's so stunning. I've called it the Sacred Redwood Retreat. It's just, oh, I love redwoods. I absolutely love them. And so, we're going to be calling in those energies and working with the dragons. Going to be doing that once a month. And I can't wait because I've got all like gongs and sound bowls and and all sorts. Because I don't know what's going to come out of this. All I know is I'm just being guided that this is what I need to do. And I was guided. It was like, this is what you need to do. And within a few weeks, I've already sold out. And that's how you're meant to be doing it. And it's like, just trust and just go with it, because it's such a deep amount of healing that's coming forward. So I'm loving this journey, Caroline, absolutely loving it. It's just I'm learning every day.
But I think we do with the dragons, don't we? Well, not just the dragons, any of this work, because it transcends all space and time.
Hugely so.
And it is that being open to listen, to hear, to witness. And then when you do that, of course, so much shifts and changes for you, doesn't it?
Hugely so.
And the big one is trust.
Trust, that's it. It really is. And it's funny that you touched on the time on space, because when I started to create the Dragon Reiki modality, I really listened and I really trusted. And this was in the beginning of 2020. So it was on New Year's Day. All right. So New Year's Day 2020, I just woke up and I just had all these dragons in my room. And this is what I was guided to do. I was like, okay. And I had been teaching angelic Reiki internationally. I'd gone to Iceland, I'd gone to America, and I was supposed to be traveling for the whole of 2020 teaching. So I then had shared that I was now going to be working with the dragons and I was creating this. Everyone got really excited. Everybody in America got excited, and they're like, right, well, you can teach angelic Reiki and Dragon Reiki. People started signing up. I was due to fly on the 5th of May, 2020.
Okay, they were having a laugh, weren't they?
Exactly. But I trusted. And then I'd done my manuals. I hadn't done the master's program. I'd done everything. And then we just went into lockdown. Some people had already paid in the January and February. They were so excited. And then I was like, what's going to happen here now? Like, this is just insane. And I really did go on a downward spiral, because I was like, I have literally, all I've done for the past 5 months is just trust. What is happening here? And I really went depressed. And I will never forget, I was sitting in bed. It was pouring with rain. And I was just staring at the rain in this like downward slump. People were wanting money back that they had paid from January. And obviously work had started to slow down because the whole world was shutting down. Little did we know. Yeah. And I also worked strongly with Mary Magdalene. And so I closed my eyes and I just started to breathe. And I had tears in my eyes. I was so sad. I felt it such a loss, especially because I really wanted to travel. I was so excited about going back to, there was talk of going to Costa Rica as well. So it was, amazing. And Mary, I could feel her energy coming in, and she was like, you know what to do. You know what to do. And I was like, I really don't. And then all of a sudden, ping, it's like, take everything online. Now, I had only ever done attunements face to face. And the Angelic Reiki Association are very strict with that. They do not allow you to do distant attunements. So, my frame of reference was really strict. I'm a Capricorn. I'm like, so I was like, oh my God. And then I heard really loudly, the dragons don't care. There is no time or space.
Yeah.
And at the minute I came out, I was like, oh my God, I messaged my friend. By the end of the day, 2 new people had signed up. I was like,
amazing.
And it was amazing. But that is exactly what you were saying. It was that trust.
Yeah.
Because I really went into my ego, like, oh my God, my traveling, blah, 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 blah. But in order for me to really do what I needed to do, I had to really work with the energy, how it's meant to be worked with, to show everybody that I could send somebody an attunement. It doesn't matter where they are. It doesn't matter. We are the ones that are separated through time and space. And I've got an amazing Dragon Reiki Master, and she lives on the East Coast. And she is such a champion for the Dragon Reiki. And she's teaching it. She's just done some more master attunements now. And she loves doing it face to face, and it works so beautifully. But you can do either. It doesn't really matter, And also the dragons told me very clearly that they would guide the right people to me, and I wouldn't need to worry about it. And that's exactly what's happened. Exactly that. There's so much trust and faith that they're coming, and that's it,
Yeah, absolutely. Because I launched my deck in the pandemic. Both my book and deck were around that COVID time. And it forced me to go online. I would never have done it.
No.
If you can say such a thing, there was a silver lining of all the lockdowns.
Exactly.
Because it made us actually expand of how we work.
Hugely so. And that was obviously what the whole mission was initially. It wasn't just about just doing it in little segments. It was about going, boom, you need to spread this message now. You need to spread it and start to, because my business motto is reawaken your soul. And that is exactly what it was. It's like, let this energy flow into people and let them start to wake up. And that's exactly what happened in 2020. People started to wake up. Everyone started to have, even if it was just a little niggle, a little niggle. So there's definitely a massive silver lining in that period of time. For me, it was the most transformative in my soul work and my life purpose, but also in my life. So much took place.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. The thought of going online terrified me.
I know.
I eventually got past that, and now I don't give a hoot. But
But it takes a lot.
Yeah, it was. It's so alien to us, isn't it? If we haven't been trained in dramatics and television and all that kind of thing, to us being mortals.
But so I actually did a teaching degree. Okay. And I'll share with you. Oh my God, I had the most amazing teacher, and she taught for 30 years. Okay. She was absolutely amazing, and I loved her. She was a Capricorn like me, and we were born, I'm on the 11th, she was on the 13th. So we already had that kind of Capricorn bond. And she said to me, I'm going to help you get over it, because I used to get up to do my micro teachers, and I would literally be like this, shaking. And I still get a little bit nervous every now and then. But she said to me, what you've got to remember, and this was to teach art and design, it wasn't to teach, for my academy. She said, the way you eliminate your nerves is by understanding that it's not about you, it's about the message. And you are there to share a message. And that message is so important for the listeners or the people that are watching or the people that you're teaching. It's not about you. It's about the message. And the minute you understand that, you can go out, your ego just goes boom, out the window, and then you deliver the message. And I was like, and every time if I think that, it's like, oh yeah, it's not about me. It's about the message,
How perfect.
Yeah.
That's a lovely golden nugget. Thank you. I'm going to pinch that one.
Definitely. And I love sharing it because it's just so true. It's so true.
I think that is so powerful and transformational, isn't it? Because we do get so stuck in our ego mind, that we think, oh, it's all about us, but actually it
It's
really isn't. It
really, really
is
not. Yeah,
about the message.
yeah,
How
yeah.
fab. So all your training courses and your academy and your Reiki and everything else, how do people find you? Do they find you obviously find you online?
Yes, so you can find me on Casca Graham on Facebook and on Instagram. I've also got the Casca Graham Healing Academy page on Facebook, and then my website is cascagraham.com. And then all my one-to-ones are on there because I do a lot of one-to-ones. And then my groups, my teachings, and then information and all my blogs and everything are all on there as well. So yeah,
Excellent. So
yeah.
are your teachings now online, and or do you do them live online, or are they pre-recorded online?
No, they're live online. I still like that touch. I still like it. There's just something quite special about sitting in space. It doesn't matter where you are.
Agree.
Um, I am going to be doing a shorter recorded one soon, which really is just about accessing the Akashic records with your dragon guide. So that's just going to be a smaller one, and that's going to be recorded. But for now, I'm still not quite sure about doing that big jump. It's like. I've just got to
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like to have that interaction.
Yeah.
And don't know who I was talking to recently, and um we were saying about there's a way of you've got to be so, I don't know, sort of persistent to actually be motivated to go on and do a course that's not where you haven't got to show up at a certain time on a certain day.
Really, that's so true.
And I'm a people person, so I like to have that interact, which is why I do the podcasts.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love to have that conversation. And so because we are by nature, we're tribal.
Mm,
We are social, we're
absolutely.
social creatures. So to have that interaction and share with those and have those shared experiences, whether
Yeah.
you're online or in person, it helps bring you into your community.
Yeah.
And I just find that personally, I just how I prefer to work.
I agree. I agree. I've got a group which is called the Sacred Ring of Fire, which is a group of women, which is these are all women that I've worked with one to one or I've taught, and we've worked quite deeply together. And we've got a separate community, and we go at the moment. We're going through the seven powers of Mary Magdalene, and it's just so beautiful. And I could never ever do recorded work. It just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't
No.
work because again, when we sit in space, we're bringing in the energy of Mary Magdalene as well at the moment in such a big way. We're working with the element of fire as well. The dragons are so prominent. I I channel what comes through. So when we go in, like, and we do our own healing for ourselves, because that really is what it's about, healing for ourselves and others. Where I channel that energy, it's also based on the energy of who's sitting there in that space. So
Yep.
I just couldn't do it. It just wouldn't work.
No, I agree. And it's when you do any workshop, isn't it? Whenever I'm writing anything, it's like I've got to feel into who's going to be in that space. Because again, like you,
Exactly.
everything is channeled.
Yeah.
And like, okay, so who's going to be in that space? Because who needs to hear or experience what within that
Mm,
container? Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? How
yeah.
we both channel that work.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it. How
Beautiful.
amazing.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll make sure we've got all your links below. So send me all the relevant
I
links.
will do.
We'll put
Yeah.
all of those down. And are your books on Amazon?
Yes, so the Dragon Reiki, A Journey of Transformation and Unveiling is on Amazon. And really all you've got to do is just type in Dragon Reiki and it comes up. So it's on there. And then the Akashic Records and Dragon Medicine should hopefully be up within the next few weeks. So yeah,
Excellent. So
that's
do you have a link?
exciting.
Do you have a link ready for that or not yet?
I'm not for that, but I'll give you the link for the Dragon Reiki book. I'll give you
And if
that link.
and if they put into Amazon Casca Graham, you'll come up, won't you?
Yes, yeah,
And then
yeah,
so when your Akashic Records book is ready, that
yeah,
will come up under you anyway, won't it? Under your
yeah.
profile.
Exactly. And do you know what, that it's going to be such an amazing read because people will find it really informative because we talk about all the different soul groups and origins, and we go through all of them and the traits and the characteristics and all of it. So there's lots of lots of information and about soul purposes, and there's also so many meditations in there as well. So it's going to be a really informative book if people want to open up to the Akashic records and obviously dragon energy as well. Yeah.
I should be getting a copy of that when it comes out then.
Oh, thank you.
I should be looking at that.
Yeah.
It's been fabulous talking to you. So
Yeah.
I'll make sure all of our Casca's links are below so you can go and find her. Have you got a YouTube channel?
I do have a YouTube channel and we've only just started to get it up and running. But again, if you just type in Casca Graham, that is it. On YouTube, it comes up. I mean, a
Uh,
few of the other little podcasts that I've done with other people might pop up, but the channel is up there. It's up
Amazing. We'll make sure we've got all of those links below for you.
there. Amazing. Amazing.
And it's been amazing talking to you. And of course, I really look forward to meeting you at Stonehenge
I
on the 2nd of
know.
March 2025 to do that powerful dragon
I
work that
know.
we're doing as a group.
Yeah,
So I
I'm
shall really
really,
look
really
forward to
excited about
seeing you.
that. It's going to be an early one, isn't it?
Yeah, 6:15 we've got to meet
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
morning. Oh, it's
In
going
the
to be cold
winter.
in March.
That has crossed my mind, but I'm just like, power on, Cass, power on.
Layers, woolies, hat,
Yeah,
gloves, furry boots will be all good.
yeah,
Just please
yeah,
don't rain.
yeah, that is it. And umbrellas. Let's just bring umbrellas.
Yeah, just bring brollies. But we've got some big work to do at the Stonehenge. So I shall really look forward to
I
meeting you
can't
in
wait.
person
Yeah,
in March. Thank you so much for joining me on the Chatty Ramble. It's been amazing.
thank you.
And
Thank
I'll
you for
see you
having me.
soon.
Okay, take
Take
care.
care.
Bye.
Bye. I'll see you in the next podcast, guys. See you
Yeah.
later.